Hello everybody and welcome back to Yehuda Aquatics. If you're watching this video, that means or you're planning to buy a fish tank or you already bought your first fish tank. So today I'm going to talk about everything you need to know before you buy your first fish tank. If you were anything like me, when I bought my first fish tank, I thought I could just buy the tank, buy the fish, fill up the tank with water, and put fish inside. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it doesn't work like that. Because fish, like any other pet, need to be taken care of. So the first thing you need to know about fish tanks when you buy a new fish tank is that you have to get a certain cycle going. Because the nature of this cycle is called a nitrogen cycle. Pretty much, I'll explain it to you shortly, but I'll leave a link in the description below in one of my videos if I explain it much more in length. So pretty much your fish will eat and poop. And then the poop sinks to the bottom, or let's say they don't eat all the food, all sinks to the bottom, and it starts rotting. When it starts rotting, it starts producing ammonia. If there's too much ammonia in the tank, well, your fish will start dying. But if you have something called beneficial bacteria, which you have to cycle your tank with, then it will start changing the ammonia into something called nitrate. And then from nitrate to nitrite, which is much less harmful for a fish than ammonia. But if you just buy a fish tank and straight away put fish into the water, there's no beneficial bacteria, which means the ammonia levels will just get very high and your fish will die. Also, you're going to have to do water changes at least once a week. Depends on the amount of fish you have inside the tank, the size of the tank. Now, you may ask yourself, why do I have to do water changes in my fish tank? So it's true, if you have beneficial bacteria and you cycle your tank properly, well, your ammonia levels will be going down. But nitrite is still a bit harmful for your fish. You don't want so much in your tank. And so every single time you do water changes, you're actually clearing up the water a bit. Now you can't just take water and put it into the tank. You're going to have to treat it first with chlorine remover. Because you don't want chlorine in your water because it will kill your beneficial bacteria. Now your tank is fully cycled. You could put in fish. Well, let me stop you right there. You can't put in fish yet. You're still going to get a heater, a filter, and an air pump. A filter because that's where all the beneficial bacteria are. They're inside the media inside the filter. You're going to want to get a heater because many fish come from tropical areas where it's a bit warmer there, and you want to keep it at your tank at a certain temperature. And last but not least, an air pump. An air pump is to keep your tank well aerated. It's true that some fish could breathe air, such as the betta fish, the bichir, but many fish actually have to breathe through the water. So you want to keep your tank well aerated, and that's why you need an air pump. If you didn't buy your first tank yet, you want to think of what fish I want to buy. If you want to get a big fish, you're going to have to get a big tank. It doesn't matter if he's small at the moment. He's going to grow, and he will need a bigger tank one day. Or if you want to get a small tank and keep him a smaller fish, that's totally okay. If you want to get a 10-gallon tank and put under some guppies, they're not going to get that big, and it's 100% okay. But if you want to get an Oscar, you're going to say a 55-gallon tank. If you want to get a red-tailed catfish, even bigger. So once you do enough research on the fish you're planning to get, then choose the size of the tank. After you chose the fish you want to get, you now have to find tank mates because some fish don't get along together. Some fish are much more aggressive, some fish are more docile, and so you want to do a lot of research before you buy your first fish.